Hi guys, in this video I'll be guiding you on how to set up the Xbox Series S for the first time step by step. Basically I'll be unboxing it, showing you everything that comes inside of the box, showing you also how to connect it with your TV, and also taking you through all of the first time setup process on the screen as well. So quickly, let's go. Okay, so inside of the box we get an Xbox Series S controller, which is pretty nice, and then over here we do have our power cable, and I'm going to show you how to connect this in a second. It also does come with a HDMI to HDMI cable, and then finally we do have the Xbox Series S console itself. So this is actually a very big space for ventilation, as you can see. And then over here we do have more space for ventilation, as you can see at the top. Now here again we do have a little bit of space at the bottom over here for ventilation, and here we do have a couple of ports which you can use to connect your Xbox Series S to a lot of devices. So first off, over here we do have a LAN cable, so if you do not want to connect to your Wi-Fi wirelessly, you can decide to connect an internet cable to this. And then here we do have two USB ports, a HDMI port, and then an external storage port as well, so you can go ahead and extend the storage of your Xbox Series S. And finally as well, we do have the port for our power cable at the bottom over here. The console is quite small, as you can see from over here, and you can decide to either keep it vertically like so, or just keep it flat horizontally on your decks. Now at the front we do have an extra USB port, and then a port which you can also use to pair the Xbox Series S to your controller as well. Keep in mind that the Xbox logo at the top over here is also the power on button, so you can usually just press on it to turn on your Xbox Series S console. One other thing I didn't mention are the batteries. These AA batteries that the Xbox Series X actually comes with. These are particularly for your controller, and in a couple of minutes I'm going to be showing you how to insert this inside of the controller. So first off, to connect our Xbox Series S to our TV, you want to first of all get the Xbox Series S and then turn over to this side where we have all of the ports. We want to first connect our HDMI cable to the console, so go ahead and get your HDMI cable, and this is particularly the HDMI cable. You can literally see how it looks like. So open it up, take one end of the HDMI to HDMI cable, then connect it to the HDMI out port at the back of your Xbox Series S. So you can see where we have HDMI out. You want to basically connect it to this port carefully. Now once you do that, you want to head over to the back of your TV or your monitor, whichever one. Look for the HDMI port at the back of your TV or monitor and connect the other end of your HDMI cable to that port. If your TV or monitor has more than one HDMI port, you can connect it to any of the HDMI ports and it should work perfectly fine for you. Now once your HDMI cable is connected, you can now go ahead and then open up your power cable as well. Now go ahead and connect this part of your power cable to your wall socket, and then this other end to the power cable port on your Xbox Series S. So at the back over here, you're going to see this port just over here. You just want to connect this end of your power adapter or power cable to the power cable port like so. You can try to turn it and then just insert it like so. Make sure that the other end of your power cable is connected to a power source, then you're good to go. Now before we go ahead to do anything, you want to also make sure you insert the batteries of your Xbox Series S controller as well. So turn over to the back of the Xbox Series S, then you just want to open up the back battery cover of your Xbox Series X controller. So you just want to push downward and then pull it upward a little hard, and it should automatically open up. Now you can get your AA batteries. Now if you look closely at the spring we have over here, you can see that there is actually a positive sign and a negative sign at the bottom over here. So you want to make sure that on your battery we have the positive over here. The positive side of your battery should actually meet this positive, so it should meet like so. And then for the other battery as well, you're going to notice that we do have a negative sign at the bottom, so you want to make sure that this negative side meets this other negative side on the controller, and you're good to go. You can go ahead and just close up your battery pack now, and now we want to turn on our Xbox Series S. Now remember, this is actually the power button, so you want to just tap on it to turn on your Xbox Series S, and as you can see, we have lights showing over here indicating that it is properly connected to the power source. And now you want to actually change the input source of your TV, or if it is a monitor, you want to change the input source to the same HDMI input source where your Xbox is actually connected on the TV. So get your TV's remote control, and then you just want to either press on the input source button on the TV remote control, or you can navigate to the top notification center on the TV until you're able to get to the input source menu. Mine is literally at the top over there, so you want to just scroll down and then select the same HDMI input source. If it is HDMI 1 or HDMI 2, just go ahead and select it where your Xbox Series S is actually connected to. You can see mine over there, so I'll just tap on it, and now you can see that our Xbox is now fully connected to the TV. Okay, so at this point, you'll be required to set up your Xbox Series S either using a mobile phone by simply downloading the Xbox app or with your controller. Now for this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set it up with your controller because I believe it is way more easier. So what you want to do with your Xbox controller is to just long press on the Xbox logo like so. You're going to see the light on the Xbox logo flashing. Once the light comes on here, what you want to do next is to just tap on this option button or the 3-line button over here, just like so, and you will now be required to select your language. Now with your controller, you can use this joystick to easily navigate through all of the options. And if you want to select any option, you just want to use A to select, then B to go back to the previous option. So in my case, I want to select my language to be English. So I'll just scroll all the way to the top to English like so, then select that option with A, just like so. You also want to select the variety of English. In my case, I will go with UK English. So I'll scroll up with the joystick to UK and then select it with the A button over here. Now you'll be required to connect to a Wi-Fi or a hotspot network. And so with my controller, this is basically my Wi-Fi network. I'll go ahead and select on it, then proceed to enter my password. You can simply just navigate through all of this keyboard on the screen with the joystick and select anything you want with the A button. And once you're done entering your password, you want to scroll all the way to the bottom and then to the enter button at the bottom. Tap on A and you're good to go. Now your Xbox Series S will be connected to your Wi-Fi or your hotspot network. And now you just want to tap on continue with the A button over here. You'll be required to select where you live. In my case, I will just select the United States, tap on A. And now an update will be required for your Xbox Series S. You want to make sure that this update is completed. Now after a couple of minutes, you're going to see your Xbox Series S console start to download the update. You can literally see it is actually about 1.5 gig. So you want to give it a couple of minutes, and your Xbox Series S is also going to restart after the update. Once the update is completed, you want to go ahead and pair your Xbox Series S controller with the console again. So you want to just long press on the logo at the top over here, and it should automatically just connect. And now you want to tap on A and you're good to go. You would also be required to sign into your Microsoft account. So tap on the next button at the bottom over here. And now if you already have an account, you can simply just enter your email and your password to sign in. Another option is for you to tap on the use another device. So if you have your account signed in from maybe your phone or any other device, you can just sign in by scanning a QR code, which will be shown to you on the screen with that other device. So once you scan this QR code, you can sign into your Microsoft account directly. But if you do not have an account, an option for you would be for you to create a Microsoft account from your phone and then sign into that account on your Xbox Series S. So you can just go over to any browser and then search for create Microsoft account. You're going to be able to see the sign up page usually at the top. Select on it and you can now proceed to create your own Microsoft account directly from here. Once you create an account, you can simply just sign into that account using any of the two sign-in methods. To make things easy, I will just go ahead and sign in with another device because I already have my Microsoft account on my phone. So I will go ahead and just scan this QR code. And as soon as I scan the QR code like so, now my account is now successfully signed into my Xbox Series S. At this point, if you want Microsoft to provide optional data for your Xbox Series S, you can actually choose on yes or no. So in my case, I'll just tap on the yes I am in option. Go ahead and tap on next at the bottom as well. You can choose to require a PIN whenever a sign in is made into your account. Or alternatively, you can also choose to totally lock it down. So in my case, I'll just go ahead and select on the no barrier option. For this, you want to select on the use instant sign in so that you would automatically be signed in once your console is turned on. You'll be asked whether you also want to make this Xbox your home Xbox. In my case, I'll just go ahead and select on that option. Finally, at this point, you have the option to actually subscribe to Game Pass on Xbox. You can go ahead and read more about all of the different plans we have over here, or you can as well choose to skip it. So in my case, I will just scroll down to the no thanks option at the bottom, then select on that option. And over here we have some entertainment apps. You can choose to install them during this initial setup process or just totally leave them if you're not interested. If you're not interested, you would have to go through all of the apps and just uncheck them. Once you're done, you want to just scroll down and then tap on the maybe later option. You also want to select your time zone. I will go with the Pacific time zone. Then just tap on the next button and you're good to go. If you also want your games to automatically update, which is something I recommend, you can make sure that this option is checked. Then just click on the next button at the bottom over here. Then click on Take Me to Home and you're good to go. So basically, that is how to set up your Xbox Series X. Now, if you scroll down like so, you're going to see all of the games we have over here. And you can actually buy and download any game directly from here. Also from the top, we have other options. So we have the Xbox Store or Microsoft Store where you can actually get games. And also from the left hand side, you're going to see all of the different kinds of games and different categories from over here as well. If you find this video useful, please let me know in the comment section and subscribe to this YouTube channel, guys.